Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to 667 meeting of Madras Toastmasters Club. For those who did not know, Toastmaster International is a non-profit organization founded by Ralph C. Smedley in 1924. A mission to provide a mutual, supportive and positive learning experience and personal growth. There are 4 core values of any Toastmaster International: integrity, dedication to excellence, service to member, and respect for the individual. There are few rules to be followed. I request all speakers refrain from speaking on taboo like sex, religion and politics. Enjoy the meeting. With this, I hand over the control to Presiding Officer. Over to you, Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paramaguru, for setting the contest for the day. So in this, good morning all. Good morning Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Welcome you all for the 667th meeting of the Madras Toastmasters Club. You know, today is a special day. It's a Mother's Day. Right? My Mother's Day wishes to all. I wish the mothers with the great strength and health and strength. Yes, the couple of announcements. So, right, the election is approaching. So, Toastmaster Preeti is the election nomination chat. So, she is going to send a mail nomination to everybody. So, you can nominate yourself, right? Whichever the post you want. VP Education, VP membership, president, then you can SAA, whatever the position you can nominate yourself. And second thing is that we are going to have the outbound meeting in this Woodlands Park. What is the name of the park? Samuel Puga, right? I request, say all the EXCOM members all are aligned. So I want a few of the members also join on Saturday evening by 6:30. Max 5:30 to 6:30, just 1 hour.
Next Saturday.
Yes, coming Saturday. Yes, you are in counter. And the third is that we are going to have the speech marathon. Right? Almost 9 members has enrolled for the prepared speech, but the evaluation hardly we have only 3 members. So please enroll yourself, volunteer yourself for the evaluation. So we need another 6 evaluators, and also we need the TMOD. Even we don't want any general evaluator, then we can have a tactic. Right? These are all the couple of announcements, 3 announcements. Now, please put your answer. We have the couple of guests with us. First, let us welcome a Toastmaster guest Vignesh to introduce yourself.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I am Vignesh from Mono. I have completed a MSc degree software systems in New England Career and came for Chennai for job seeking. My passions are photography and music. That's all.
Wow. At the second meeting itself, I am seeing that a lot of confidence on you. That's great, really. Sir, could you please come and introduce yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello all. My name is M.K. Yadav, and I am from Delhi. And I am actually working in Coast Guard, and this is actually my first meeting, and I want to improve my communication skills also. And I have stayed here also, as you can see. So I want to improve that also.
Let me invite guest Mansoor to come and forward and introduce yourself.
Morning everybody. My name is Mansoor Bhavnagarwala. I live in Kotupuram and I'm a consultant for HVAC, heating, ventilating and air conditioning systems. I'm not new to Toastmasters. Of course, a little bit of my old knowledge is being brushed up I was a member of the SLP Toastmasters in Dubai. I was VP Education there, and we won some of the awards in the Middle East area. It was fun participating in Toastmasters. I enjoyed myself, and especially the talks, I don't know the names, where we have to give extempore talks immediately. That's part of my introduction. I'd like to thank sir to have been constantly following up and making sure I did come. I think the third attempt to come here. I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to come for this meeting. Thank you.
Yes. Now, today, the day of, right, the Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Preeti. Right? Everybody knows that she is a adroit designer, and her hobbies are cooking, gymming, and swimming. Let us put your hands together. Toastmaster Preeti. Yes, you can take over.
So that's a fun thing when I'm an MTC. Whenever you ask for my introduction, I just say whatever you know what you can say. I'll keep written that I was a cook. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. What comes to your mind when I say summer?
Mango.
Mangoes? Any other thing?
Ice cream.
Tender
Summer vacation.
Ice cream.
Tender coconut.
Vacation.
No
Tender
school.
coconut, watermelon. And for me, it is always about mangoes that comes first. And I've been waiting for this since February. So good morning. I welcome you all to the Mango Fest 2023 of Madras Toastmasters Club. Yes, you have mangoes over there. Do try it. The theme of the day is Make Way for the King. Why is this theme?
Mangoes are the king of fruits.
Why?
Because they are mangoes.
Tastiest.
Sweetest, tastiest, due to its rich nutritional content, and the nutritional tips will be given by Anna, who's prepared. And it has become one of the world's favorite fruits. If I don't have a game, my Preeti is known for conducting some games. So let us start with quiz. The first question: which continent has mango originated?
Southeast Asia.
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 Which three countries is mango the national fruit of?
India,
India.
Bangladesh, and Nepal.
Bangladesh, that's the wrong one. So Pakistan, India, and Philippines. What is the scientific name of mango?
Alfonso.
Manzifarina.
Alfonso.
Alfonso is a type of mango.
Type of
Can dogs eat mangoes?
no.
Yes, they love mangoes too. Which country is the world's biggest producer of mangoes?
India.
India.
India. True or false question? There is no vitamin C in mangoes.
Fruit.
Vitamin C is
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Where vitamin C is there?
There is vitamin C, A, antioxidant, and dietary fibers. Can anyone name 5 varieties of mangoes?
Alfonsa, Manganapalli,
Anyone.
Alfonsa, Malkova, Manganapalli, Imam Pasand, Senduram.
Anyone want to try? Apart from what he says? Rumal.
Ottu Mambaram.
Neelam, yes.
Malkova.
Tota.
Tota, yeah. So the mango tree is official tree of Bangladesh. So for the benefit of guests, every Toastmasters meeting have 3 sessions. Now one prepared speech, stated topics, and evaluation session. To assist me, I have a general evaluator. The role is being played by Manikanta. Manikanta is here to share his instruction.
I already sent you the message. That's not a problem.
No, I didn't.
I didn't introduce you many times.
That's fine.
Keep
The
arms
next
away.
time, take this into consideration. Let us have general evaluation. You can introduce yourself.
Toastmaster for the day, fellow Toastmaster and guests. a brief introduction about myself, just for the benefit of those masters for the day. I have I have been guest in the earlier 2 weeks. I just joined as a member during the last week. So today I happens to be my second meeting being a member. In Toastmasters, one of the best thing is that if you would have seen a lot of public speakers, or maybe anchors, or maybe in television debates, you'll find them, many of them speaking very flawless. Maybe you will not find a lot of filler words. One of the reason of speaking flawless, very fluent, flawless, if you would observe, is that they have a very good hold on subject which they have been speaking about it. One. Second, they have been improving their English vocabulary from time to time. That is one aspect of it. Besides that, there are 4 aspects which make them flawless. One, I'm sure they will be having some evaluators who can evaluate them at time to time. Somebody would have been there saying that you need to improve on certain areas. That's one part of aspects which makes a person fluent and overcome the area of improvement. Second part is the time duration part. Anyone cannot speak for indefinitely. Either he will be bored or he will make other person bored. That's for sure. So there should be some time bound which is required for any speech to be done, or any moderator to be done, or even to go even for the anchoring for that matter. So you need to have a timer in place for that matter. Besides that, a speech should be very has to flow very smoothly, which is required that there should not be any filler words in between. Like you'll find a lot of people will be scratching their head. So it gives a very different impression for a person to listen to it. At that point of time, you need somebody called a counter who will be looking at the speech and making a note of what is required, what can be eliminated during the speech altogether. And the final part is the pronunciation grammar. One cannot speak in a manner which they would like to have. There are certain pronunciation which is in place which need to be adhered with everyone and all the people. For that purpose, there is a grammarian which is also required. So these 4 pillars is required for a person to improvise a speech on a time to basis, no matter wherever they are. Not only in Toastmasters, but everywhere. In Toastmasters, we make an attempt to improvise on those areas at every meeting. While we prepare speeches, while we improvise it during the whole week, we make sure that we come to the meeting on every Sunday and start making an attempt so that we can improvise on a daily basis. For me, we have my job as a general evaluator. I'll play the role of a general evaluator today. My job is to make sure that I'll be monitoring all the activities right from the starting of the meeting till the end of the meeting, and share my observations at the end of the day, at the end of the meeting. For me to assist, primarily I have a timer, grammarian, and counter. The first person I'll be calling upon is the timer, Toastmaster Rajan. He is currently working in HCL as a mechanical design manager. His hobbies are playing shuttle, cricket, and long drive. And one aspect which I have already checked with everyone, that's today for the guest purpose, you get to know the list of best part of Toastmasters today. Everyone has sent, whoever has sent, I'll be definitely telling it. There are best part of Toastmasters which you will be able to accumulate during the end of the day. For him, the best part of Toastmasters is improving communication. So please put your hands together for Toastmaster Rajan.
Hello Toastmaster, I'm guest. Today, my role is timer. I will note it down the time taken by all speakers. There's a team allocated time is for each prepared speeches and table topic speeches and evaluation. The prepared speeches 5 to 7 minutes is there. 5 minutes I'll show the green card. 6 minutes I'll show the yellow. 7 minutes I'll show the red. And table topic speeches 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute I'll show green card. 1.5 minutes I'll show yellow card. 2 minutes I'll show red card. The evaluator speeches I will want to speech limit limited is 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes I will show green card, and 2.5 minutes I will show yellow card. 3 minutes I will show red card. At the end of the meeting, whatever my report, I will present to the general manager. Thank you.
The second person whom I will be introducing is Mr. Ponnaru. He is an engineer from telecom domain working in Tata Communication, which is one of the most ethical company in the business circle. And her best part of Toastmaster is to gets opportunity to speak and improve on a daily basis, and practice on daily on improve and improvise on a daily basis. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Ponnaru.
Good morning, everyone. So today I'm playing the role of work-counter and supporting general evaluator. So the purpose of work-counter is to note the filler words or the sounds that are used during speeches. So I'll be counting this like all these words, and the filler words like and, but, which are used during the speeches. At the end of the meeting, I'll submit the report to the general evaluator.
Thank you. The last person from the tag team is Toastmaster Keerthan. He is working as a senior manager in Shriram Group. His hobbies are hiking, table tennis, and watching documentaries. The best part of Toastmasters, according to him, is learning from each other. Please put your hands together for Toastmasters.
Good morning, Toastmasters and fellow guests. Today I'll be playing the role of the grammarian. So my role will be identifying the grammatical errors, usage of good language, and also the words and theme of the day. So I'll be submitting my report to general level.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keerthan. So we will be having 5 speeches today. So definitely Toastmaster Father will be taking you all through those speeches. I'll be coming back again in the second session for introducing the evaluators, and looking forward to going further from that. Thank you so much, and over to Toastmaster Father.
I told you about the theme of the day. The word of the day is mango fest. This might not be used in the speeches. You can use mango. Underline this meeting order with the word mango. For the first speech, Vidya Shekhar is delivering this level 1 project on isolator in the pathway innovative planning. The time 4 to 6 minutes and the title is brain. Before calling Vidya Shekhar, I will evaluate the rapid to read out this speech.
Good morning, fellow Toastmaster. I'm tagged as speaker. Toastmaster Vidya Shekhar is doing his project in innovating planet, and his project objective is to deliver a speech to introduce him to the club. So there is time, and please note the time for the speech is 4 to 6 minutes.
Vidya Shekhar. Question about it. Do you have any weird habit of eating mango?
Almost most of the 90s kids used to do that habit, eating fully. Finally, after end of that eating, only the seed will come. The yellow is it's like lipstick, more than lipstick. மயக்கமா கலக்கமா மனதிலே குழப்பமா வாழ்க்கையில் நடுக்கமா உனக்கும் கீழே உள்ளவர் கோடி நினைத்து பார்த்து நிம்மதி நாடு. Who is the lyricist of this song? Absolutely. Fortunately, we both had two similar things. One is we write poems, another one is date of birth, 24th June. In 1987, my parents' dream of getting a beautiful baby came true, but I was born. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. In a small village on the bank of river Amaravati, my grandfather had 3 sons. Each son had 2 kids. I am the elder son of his younger son. I lived in a joint family with 4 brothers and only 1 sister. The entire family worked at the farm together to earn money. As a kid, I used to spend time with cows, cats, dogs, fields, especially on the mango tree and river. So, up to 5th grade, my dream was to become a farmer, plan to buy tractor, also nearby lands. Up to 10th grade, I studied in a small school, but it is on the other bank of the river, which means for 10 years, I was walking to the school every day by crossing the river. There was a super incident. Whenever the river was flooded, we used to get leaves. Based on those circumstances, my dream was to become a bus driver, JCB operator. For my 11th and 12th grade, I moved to a different school, which is far from my village. So I used to travel in the bus every day. I get new set of friends, new set of experience. I used to see the people who dressed very smart in the name of college students, but they always spoke about their outstanding love stories from the bus. They kept only 1 notebook in their hand, but I used to have a luggage bag on my back every day. Based on that circumstances, my dream was changed to bank officer, college professor, finally none other than all varieties of engineers. Because of my interest in computer science, I joined BSc Computer Science in Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya, Coimbatore. Most importantly, it was boys only college. I worked as a part-time tutor after my college hours. Based on that circumstances, my dream was moved to military, government officials, and the least option is software engineer. After having that boys college experience, I joined MCA in a co-ed college with the dream of on-campus placement, going on-site, earning crores and crores of money, come back to India, start the company. But in my second year of MCA, the 2008 recession smashed the IT industry. All my super seniors became my class lecturers. Now my dream moved to government exams. I had almost 6 months of VIP experience, then started my IT career. In 2015, my parents started searching for a girl to get me married. In 2 years, I met almost more than 15 girls. I didn't even reject one. The first day of 2017, a girl agreed to be my wife. Her name is Divya. We both had a dream to become a parent. My son Kumaraguru born. In the beginning of year 2019, to improve my communication and leadership skills, I joined Express Route Lead Toastmasters Club, Bangalore. I played multiple roles. I conducted multiple contests, events. That journey transformed me a lot in terms of communication skill and leadership skill. After 12 years of programming, meetings, appraisals, jumping different companies, 6 years of married life, 5 years of Toastmaster life, 4 years of parenting life. Now guess what I am dreaming about?
Going back to farm.
மாபெரும் சபைதனில் நீ நடந்தால் உனக்கு மாலைகள் விழ வேண்டும். I want to be a public speaker. Thank you.
Can anyone name 3 facts about Vidyasekhar from his speech?
Musician,
Human.
comedian,
Okay.
and a dreamer.
No, he started up.
Dreams.
Poetry, he writes poems. So I purposefully missed his.
No, what I observed is started with Kannadasan and ended up with Wali. Mahaverum. Oh,
But forgot about Vidyasagar.
He's a reader, writer, and a traveler working in AI. So we have our next speaker, Akhilesh, who is going to deliver his level 1 project group, writing his
The purpose of writing a
Before starting, let me invite his evaluator or Dr. Deepak to share his speech.
So good morning Toastmasters. Today I am going to play the role of evaluator and my target speaker is Toastmaster Akhilesh. And he is going to deliver his speech on the pathway dynamic leadership, level 1 project 2, and his speech title would be Where There Is a Will, There Is a Way. I repeat, where there is a will, there is a way. And so the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on the topic. All of us.
So Toastmaster Akhilesh have recently completed his BCom in Vivekananda College and currently he is doing his CMA. So before you start your speech, I have a question. Do you like mangoes?
Yeah, I like mangoes.
And what flavor, what mango or type do you like the most?
Alfonso mango.
You can start your speech. Where there is a will, there is a way. Or-
Where there is a will, there is a way. Determination helps us overcoming any obstacle in life. Success in today's world depends not only on the hard work but also on the will and determination. Determination and will helps us overcoming any obstacle in life. Determination helps us to find a way in order to achieve success in life. Jamshedji Tata, the founder of the famous Tata company, after finishing his studies in abroad, he had a desire to build a mill in Nagpur. There were a lot of obstacles and lot of bankers refused to fund his project. They found that it was very skeptical, but he did not give up. He had the will and the desire to make this project a huge success. Finally, the mill earned huge profits, and the bankers who refused to fund his project, they realized that they took a wrong decision. Jamshedji Tata wanted to build universities in Mumbai in order for the welfare development of our country. Still, the Englishman gave a lot of obstacles for Jamshedji Tata. Still, he did not give up. One day Jamshedji Tata went to a hotel in Mumbai. The building of the hotel was owned by himself. While entering the hotel, he was stopped by a guard saying that only Europeans are not allowed, Indians are not allowed. Jamshedji felt very embarrassed, and he decided that he wanted to build a biggest hotel in India. That is none other than the Taj Hotel in Mumbai. Jamshedji had the will and desire to make this hotel the biggest hotel in our country. He spared no expenses to build this hotel, and finally
most of his projects like university and the Taj Hotel were realized and became success only after his death. Still, Jamshed Anand Pai, the founder of Amar Chitra Kada books, had the desire and the will to create comic books for the children in order to gain knowledge and know about the history of our country. The first Amar Chitra Kada book was published in 1970, but the sales was very low for Amar Chitra Kada company. Still Anand Pai did not give up. After 5 years of struggle, Amar Chitra Kada started to gain huge profits, and it became an instant success, and children at that time gained a huge knowledge, and they knew about a lot of history of our country. Do you know Jian Vikram, the famous Tamil actor, had the desire to act, had a desire to become a hero at the age of 12. During his school days, he performed a play, and he got a huge applause. While returning home, he met with a serious accident in his life. It was the first serious accident in his life. The serious accident in his life. So his life was very critical, but he was saved. So the doctors decided to cut off his right leg. But his mother refused to sign the documents. So it was a very struggleful years for him. It took 3 years and 3 months for Vikram to recover. His soft tissues were damaged from the ankle to the knee. From knee to the ankle, and still he did not give up. His relative mocked at him, saying that you are only fit for handicap roles. Still he did not give up. He had the will and the determination to become an actor. Finally, he got a chance to act in movies. For the past 10 years, he did not face any success in his life. So finally, after 10 years, he faced a success in his life, and now he has become one of the biggest actors in Tamil. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, such hard work alone is not enough. Will and determination is also very important. Only then it will be very easy to achieve success in your life. Thank you.
Speaker 3, Toastmasters Saravana, is going to deliver his level 1 project titled Riddles. Before calling him, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Nisha to the speech.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My targeted speaker is Toastmaster Saravanan. His speech title is Good Riddance, which I came to know that which is nothing but happily getting out of something which is being worthless. I'm very curious to know the details about the speech. It is coming under the pathway of Presentation Mastery, Level 1, Project 3, Introduction of Vocabulary and Body Language. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of the project is to practice and using the vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. Over to you,
Toastmaster Saravana is working as a lead engineer in mechanical engineering domain. His hobbies are listening to music and playing piano. I have questions. Do you have siblings? No, we are siblings. Then this question is do anyone have a sibling fight for the mandates? Or did you fight with anyone for the mandates? But you had.
Yes.
Life begins where fear ends. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I was very much interested in car driving. 7 years back, I bought a new car. After 3 months, we met with a car accident while traveling to hometown. It was around 6 p.m. My daughter and I had a minor injury, but my wife had major injury. All were admitted in one of the multi-specialty hospitals in Trichy. It was around 10 p.m. After taking first level of scans and X-ray, my wife and I moved to ICU, and my daughter was in normal ward. At midnight, one of the doctor came and told me, Saravanan, you have a minor air crack in your left side rib, so you need to be under the observation for 12 hours to confirm is there any damage in your heart. Apart from that, you have no major problem. But your wife has multi-fracture in her leg, so she needs to be immediate surgery. I feared and cried. Then I controlled myself and asked to the doctor, sir, is there any option to recover the problem without surgery? The doctor politely told, Saravanan, you can go anywhere in the world, there is no option to recover the problem without surgery. Then I realized and said, okay. The next day, surgery got over. She was discharged from hospital after a couple of weeks. The doctor advised she should not be walked for 1 month, complete bed rest only. Later she slowly walked with the help of walker, and then she improved with the help of some physiotherapy treatments. She was able to walk without walker. After 6 months, we went to hospital, one of the monthly reviews. I asked to the doctor, sir, I can see little lagging while she is walking. Then I asked, when will she completely alright? The doctor replied, sir, I am wondering, she is able to walk this much so quickly. I came never across this kind of patient in my history. She has that much courage and good cooperation for her treatment. You don't worry, she will be completely alright soon. But I am fearful for her walking. It's happened by me only. A little guilty feeling, but she has no fear. She believes she can able to recover soon. After 1 year, yes, she completely recovered. In the meantime, one of the physiotherapy doctor advised to her, once you are completely alright, you can remove your foreign body in your leg, because it may be create some problem in future. You are young only, so you can better to remove. She has also the same thought. After 2 years, we met with the doctor. She requested to remove the same, but the doctor told, no need to remove those things. Why you go for another surgery unnecessarily? But she convinced him and took another surgery. Again she started from scratch. Initially she walked with the help of walker, and later she improved with the help of some lot of physiotherapy treatments. A few months later, she completely recovered. Now she can able to play badminton with me. I am become amaxophobic after the complete incident and fearful for driving a car. I never touched the steering for 3 years after that incident. She only reframed my negative thought process in my mind, which was in my subconscious memory. She encouraged me to overcome the fear 4 years back I bought another car again. I would say good riddance of fear. Finally, the takeaway which I learned from this incident are, we should not be fearful of any situation. A positive mindset will helps to recover any problem so quickly. I just remembering one of the famous quote of Dr. Abdul Kalam's, accept your past without regret, handle your presence with confidence, face your future without fear. I am ready to take my future without fear. Are you ready, Toastmasters?
Yes.
Back to you.
Speaker number 4, Toastmaster. Nikhil is going to deliver his level 2 project too, and he is famous for his creative introduction. He is a Toastmaster for half a year, postgraduate from Loyola, and clueless for 10 years. He said about mangoes. Mangoes can be enjoyed with soft, light, which use a chili powder for a unique savory experience. Similarly, Nikhil Kumar can be combined with love, stress, laughter, and responsibilities for a unique experience. Let us have Nikhil. Before that, I would like to introduce his examiner, Toastmaster Party, to read out his speech.
Good morning once again, fellow Toastmaster and guest, and my target speaker, Nikhil Kumar. So Nikhil Kumar selected the pathway engaging with humor. So he is going to deliver level 2 project to connect with your audience. Title is I Became One. So that one he is going to inform. Purpose of the statement, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. Okay, back to you. All the very best. Thank you.
Since your introduction is related to recipes, can you share any one mango recipe that you have made?
Mango with black salt is really nice. Black salt, black pepper. Mango with anything is really nice. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, welcome to my glorious days of unemployment. You remember, all of you had a time period when you would have made your first resume. Do you remember? Yes. I had this time period this Friday. I sat in the night because Saturday I had an interview. I sat with my books, my certificates, and I'm wondering what to write in my resume. Alas, 10 minutes, nothing came in my mind. That time I resorted to writing personal things in my resume. By personal, I mean very, very personal. Normally writing name, age, gender is enough, right? But I wrote my height, my weight, number of breakups I had, vehicle preference, and then there is one term, one acronym in resume called CTC. Do you know the full form of CTC? Cost per company. No, that is captured the chicken. Who are the chickens? Those are unemployed people like me. I wondered what to write in CTC. I thought that should not be so much that the HR goes for a heart attack, and it shouldn't be so less that I go for a heart attack. And then I quoted 1 crore as the expected CTC. I went for the interview. I came back and they offered me 11,000 rupees salary per month. That was a complete shock. But this is not the thing I am here for. I am here for something else. Today, I mark my final speech in Madras Toastmasters Club physically. I came in the month of September from that role. Toastmaster Anand welcomed me. I sat there. And that day, I observed a Toastmaster meeting from the perspective of a guest. First thing I saw was color cards. Everybody has seen that, right? Red, yellow, and green. I was wondering, why do Toastmaster meetings have a traffic light inside the hall? Already we have a lot of them outside the hall which nobody likes. Why do they have it here as well? It was later only I realized that those are for the time frames. Time frames, 5 to 7 minutes, 4 to 6 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. I became accustomed to time frames so much that whenever I have any complex situation in my life, any complex question, I say, how much time do I have? My father asks me, Nikhil, what next in life? I say, how much time do I have? He says, all your time is gone now, you don't have any time
left to decide your career. Not only that, even complex situations when I'm into a conflict with my partner, she asks me, she says that we should break up right now. And I would say, how much time do I have? And believe me, that is not the best thing to say at that point of time. That never works out. That's why I have 6 breakups until now. Moving ahead. Like, I thought this is a part of language. This is very natural. And somebody did tell me that the more the number of you have, more the number of you have, the better you are a speaker. I saw in my college, I have a professor who worked in the United Nations. When he speaks, there are more than the number of meaningful words in a sentence. But as he says, as you know, definitely I know. That day, when the counter report came, I had 16 fillers. I was wondering, where is the language? I thought I knew English. I only know fillers, no language. Later part of the meeting, a person came. He was a grammarian. He read out the good grammar usage. For me, good grammar usage, 0. Bad grammar usage, plenty. Word of the day usage, 0. Even today, 0. Theme of the day usage, 0. Again, that day I realized making a speech in your mind and making a speech here in front of a grammarian is an entirely different thing, and that requires a lot of practice. And of course, table topic session, right? I heard it. Table topic session after the break. There was no table on the stage. There was no topics as well. But then a person came. I think he had everything in his mind. I thought, so why don't we call it mind topics? Why table topics, no table? That was a brutal encounter posture that day. I was called on the stage and I bumped up. I couldn't speak anything. I held the table tight. I said, no more tables in my life, no more topics in my life hereafter. But do you see a change today? Yes. I love table topics. And then evaluation. Being a student, I always count evaluation as my grade card. When my father received my grade card, the only common statement he would make all the time is that my nose has become lesser. My nose has become smaller day by day. What are you doing, Nikhil? At times, my professors have also denied my grade card. So that time I think, okay, I don't even have a nose. How do I take care of my appa's nose? That is a different thing. But in Toastmasters, evaluation is completely new thing. That day I realized even evaluation can be fun, and that can be turned out to be the most productive part of a Toastmaster meeting. That is the time when we realize where we have to work on, how do we have to work on, and how to rectify our mistakes. I do remember first speech, I did not have these movements. Today I have these movements. Because of the evaluation I got for all those things. Toastmasters was a surprise to me, but it became a part of my difficult life. I say my life to be difficult because I am clueless for my career. I don't know why did I choose history for my post-graduation and graduation, and I still don't know what happens next. But I do know I became one Toastmaster, and that has changed me. Today I stand as a completely different person. And I think today is the apt time to thank all of you Toastmasters. Toastmaster Anand for welcoming me that day. Toastmaster Preeti for asking me to introduce myself on the stage that day. And for all the roles that all the Toastmasters have entrusted me with. Toastmaster Madhupriya for taking me up to area. Toastmaster Preeti for division. And then today, people know me. That because for all of you Toastmasters. Thank you so much. I became one Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Preeti.
The speaker number 5, Toastmaster Abhajani, going to deliver the level 5 project 3.
Level 1 project. Level 1.
Okay, level 1 project 3. Abhajani is working at an airport, Chennai Airport, an avid reader. Her interest is in music, photography, and traveling. Before calling on Abhajani, we will let us Kalika to read her speech.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Morning. Low energy level.
Once more, good morning.
Good morning.
Toastmaster Abha is giving her level 1 project 3 introduction to vocal variety and body language in the path persuasive influence. The title of her speech is Write Your Own Story. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. Time or the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Toastmaster Apa. Over to you, Team Moon.
Do you have any mango memories?
I have to confess, for many years of my life, I did not like mangoes. I was one of those rare individuals who really hated mangoes. And I'm very new, in fact, to the whole world of mangoes. So I cannot say that I have any favorite varieties, but so far so good. I'm enjoying having mangoes now. Thank you. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
There are times in life we come across situations which leave us feeling defeated, lost, tired, hopeless. And we start thinking nothing worse could possibly happen. And in that exact moment, something even worse happens, leaving us feeling completely shaken. Rani the elephant was having one such day. Rani had got lost from her herd. Lost and confused, tired and hungry, she was wandering in the forest when she came across 4 men. These 4 men were actually blind. So out of curiosity, they decided to touch and find out what this strange creature was like. So the first man, whose hand landed near its face, said, "This creature is thick and flexible, like a snake. But I don't think it can hold that much if it is so flexible." The second man, whose hand landed on its ears, said, "This creature is like a fan, thin and flappy. I don't think it is very strong." The third man, whose hand landed on its leg, said, "This creature is like a tree trunk. I don't think it can run that well." The fourth man, whose hand landed on its side, said, No, this creature is very stout. I wonder how it goes through the narrow spaces between the trees in the forest." Having said all of this, they walked away, entirely unimpressed with the creature that they had come across. You see, tired and sad that Rani was, when she heard all those things that the men said about her, she thought, maybe they are right. Maybe I am a soft and a weak creature that can't even run well. Maybe that's why I got separated from my herd. And maybe that's why I'm right now lost and alone. Thinking these confusing thoughts, Rani continued to walk. Eventually, she came across a village. The villagers saw this sorry state she was in, and they decided to help her. They gave her lots of water. They gave her lots of food. They even built her a shelter. Now, no matter how hard they tried, Rani would not step into the shelter. You see, Rani was afraid that if she tried to walk in, she might get stuck in the door. She was so stout, like those men said. What if the door doesn't fit her? Eventually, Rani started living with the villagers. One day, the villagers asked Rani for help. They wanted her to lift some logs from the forest and put it in the village. They found that no matter how hard she tried, Rani could not lift those logs. And Rani wanted to help them. Really, she did. But then she thought, how can a soft and a weak creature like me possibly lift those heavy logs? No, the villagers got frustrated with her. They were very angry. They said, what kind of an elephant are you? We give you food, we give you water, we even built you a shelter. And all that we ask is this one little thing, and you can't even do that for us? Hearing this, Rani was devastated. You see, she had come to think of the villagers as a family. And now she felt that she was letting down her own family. She was feeling very sad, very angry with herself, and started to run. In her blind rage, she went and hit something huge. There was a loud crash, and she started seeing stars dancing around her head. When she came back to her senses, she looked around and she saw this huge mango tree lying uprooted on the ground. She thought, oh my God, what have I done? This is the village's favorite mango tree. They were going to pluck its mangoes for the upcoming mango festival. Now what do? Maybe I can try to put it back she lifted the mango tree with her trunk and tried to set it back there. Now no matter how hard she tried, the tree would not stand. Now she could start hearing the villagers running towards the tree, hearing the noise. Feeling even more afraid, she started running. Eventually, she found a cave. Decided she'd hide in the cave. Night fell. Tired and hungry that she was, Rani fell asleep. The next morning, she woke up and stepped out of the cave and started thinking, what happened yesterday? And a thought struck her. Wait a minute. I spent the whole night in this tiny cave with a narrow entrance. I felt a whole tree by hitting it, and then I lifted it with my trunk. Not just that, I ran all the way from the village to this far-off place near the cave. Maybe I am not as soft and weak as I thought I was. Maybe those poor men didn't know what they were talking about. With this wonderful realization, Rani went to the spot in the forest where the logs had been kept, lifted those logs easily with her trunk, walked back into the village with her head held high. Because Rani had found her strength. Rani had finally become the elephant she was always meant to be. Just like Rani, many times in life, people try to tell us who we are. I'm sure many of us would have heard the words, especially as children, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're way too naughty, or even you sing like a donkey. And many times we take in these words and start thinking this is who I am. They become our limitations. I cannot sing, I cannot dance, I cannot joke. But that is not our whole story. Just like how Rani realized that we are more than what people say we are. And when we realize this, that is when we truly begin to start writing our own story. So friends, who is ready to join Rani in writing their own story? Thank you.
Now we have an interesting session. I need a few volunteers to come on stage. Make way for the king. Can you bring some minutes? Mango eating competition.
Eating competition.
Anyone want to try? Mango.
Yes, eating competition.
Nisha? If you want a cutter, eat no problem. Everyone has. Do you want a competition?
Oh, mango eating competition. They have to say, are they willing?
Rajan.
Not having to draw lines, Preeti. You want me to draw lines?
Yeah. That I can do.
If you want knife, I can assist you with it. No, no.
No competition for you. No competition for you. Yes. Coming.
I can have a knife, right?
Yeah,
So as people will react, that will be a reaction video to what, right?
People should be careful with Preeti because she has knife in back. She won't make her angry without taking any votes or something.
if you want, you can cut the sides and then you start the time.
work. That's why.
எனக்கு கம்பெனி கொடுங்க.
நான் போய் நான் சாப்பிடுவேன்.
கட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அப்படியெல்லாம் கட் பண்ணி don't take a
Timer.
Yeah. I should be a time
Oh,
keeper.
yes. Special time limit today.
What is the time limit?
Exactly, we have to have time limit.
Preeti,
Timer,
time
please
limit.
note the
5 to
time.
7 minutes.
After that 5 minutes, is it?
5 to 7 minutes.
5 to 7 minutes.
5 minutes show.
The rules are always different.
5 minutes please show yellow card.
Lives.
So it's
lives
going
are
live.
5 to 7 minutes at a time.
Timer understand.
timer. Green at 5, yellow 6.
So they can increase the speed of eating when they see 5 minutes. Okay.
Start. You don't have to YouTube.
Cutting style? No, no. Learn on home. Cutting vegetables. Only.
Cut it this way. Right. That you, that me not putting that. You can eat it as Five minutes in it. Who eats first, we can.
Okay. Okay.
It's a competition.
We finish the mango first.
Whether get some more mango.
Yeah, this side.
Say okay. Ready?
Let's begin.
Wait.
The time to starts now. Time now.
Let them. சீடு மட்டும் விட்டுருங்க. நைஃப் எதுவுமே தேவையில்லை.
Now let's go for 10 minutes break and finish with tea and snacks.
Also with bananas.
Also
And with some mangoes.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரேஸ் இருக்கு பர்ஃபெக்டாக வந்து ஃபிட் ஆச்சு. உங்களோட பார்த்து ஃபிட் ஆகிற மாதிரி இருக்கு.
Actually, நான் ஒரு 4-5 வாட்டி இதை ரிவைஸ் பண்ணேன். First I had this huge body of text. Then I thought, தூங்கிடுவாங்க கன்ஃபார்ம்டா.
5 to 7 மினிட்ஸ்க்குள்ளே வராது. எப்பயுமே எனக்கு அது ப்ராப்ளம்.
கடைசியில் எனக்கு ஐ ஃபீலிங் மை ஹார்ட் பீட் ஆக்சுவலி ஹியர் மை ஓன் ஹார்ட் பீட் ஆக்சுவலி
It was not seen. ஆனால் you had that. அது வந்து பண்ணணும்.
எக்ஸாக்ட்லி அது கிளாஸ்ல இஸ் புஷிங் த்ரூ ஐ கம் ஆன் யூ டு திஸ்
The fine is mining. Go. Mine the one.
Oh, cutting. And then again,
நீங்க ஃபார்முலா வைக்க கோயிங் பேக் டு ரூட்ஸ் எல்லாரும் ஆக்சுவலி சொல்லிட்டாங்க எல்லாரும் ஆனா அன்எக்ஸ்பெக்டடா இருக்கும் ஸ்பீக்கர் எக்ஸ்பெக்டடான அந்த கடைசி சாங் மயக்க மாட்டாங்க ஸ்டார்டிங்ல இருந்து I want to become a public speaker. I'm correct. உங்க பெண் அது
Yeah, okay.
More passionate and happy. Like everyone just wanted me to go to IT because like an most time like very stable financially and also allowance. It's like and again I'm like after the session.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome back to the 667 meeting of Madras Toastmaster Club. With that, I would hand over the control to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chief.
Welcome back, Toastmasters and guests. Now I have a question. First question: in which country is a mango mastani a popular drink? Mastani. Mango mastani.
Mango mastani.
In which country is it famous? Pakistan. Mango mastani.
Rajasthan.
It is popular in India. Mango mastani is none other than mango milkshake. Mango pulp, 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream, cup of milk,
Rajasthan.
and the mango mastani.
Rajasthan. Next time he's going to stylishly ask for it. I want a glass of mango mastani.
You can give your kids like you can bring curiosity like that. I will make it mango mastani today and you can top it with fruity nuts. Side show, this theme is because at Ford we had an event called Mango Fest. And there a chef came and he gave a few recipes. And one is mango milkshake, which we said, and one more is mango fruity, which I shared. The products needed are condensed milk, cream, mango pulp. Beat all the three together, mix it and pour it in a mold, and freeze for 6 to 8 hours. And there you go, your mango fruity is ready. So now let us introduce introduce our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Karthik. He's practicing chartered accountant. He's passionate in teaching and he loves food, travel and biking.
Happy morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, today I am going to, as a table topic master, I am going to give some random topic and I am going to ask you to speak on that topic. So, table topic is an opportunity for us to improve our impromptu speaking skills. So, I just want all the participants at least need to try something. So, don't go before the time. At least try for at least 1 minute. The time allocated for table topic is 1 to 2 minutes. Timer kindly show green at 1 minute and 1.5 minutes you need to show yellow and for 2 minutes you need to show red. Grace time of 30 seconds is given for each speaker. So now I am going to call Toastmasters Kavita. The first topic is mango is the universal remedy. Mango is the universal remedy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik. Karthik, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, mango is a remedy. I'll tell you what type of connection I have with mangoes in my life. Right from my childhood, I had detested mangoes. I'm very sorry, Preeti. Just like Toastmaster Abba, I never had sibling fights with my brother for mangoes because I used to give my share to him as well. He liked mangoes. As usual, everybody else in my house liked mangoes. For some reason, if you ask me why I did not like mangoes, I somehow did not like the texture. Texture of the mangoes did not really impress me, and I was okay with the juice, mango juice. But I do know that it is rich in vitamin C, vitamin B. It has a lot of. Okay, Toastmaster Anand will be the right person, as Toastmaster Preeti said, to talk about the nutritious value. Since I am not a nutritionist or dietitian, I would say I can only say about mangoes from my personal view. It is better to go with milkshakes and juice instead of having the mangoes like that. I really don't like to mess up with my hands and having that lipstick Vidya Singh was talking about. Probably, I don't know, certain things you never know why you don't like it, right? Probably, I think that is why I don't like it, but I think you should definitely go for mangoes. But I had always thought about why people are so crazy about mangoes. There should be some reason, right? There is a gap here. There is somebody who don't like mangoes at all, and there is someone who, there are a lot of people who actually like something. So I had always thought about that. There are so many things we see a gap, right? We are on the other side of the river, and the other people, when you have a big crowd there, you get scared, right? Why am I all alone here when so many people are liking it? Why am I not liking it? So I had always had that thought when it comes to mangoes, and I am very happy that I have one friend here, Toastmaster Abba. Thank you so much for that. And over to you, PT Master.
Now I am going to call guest MK Yadav. So, which is your favorite mango dishes or recipe? Which is your favorite mango dish or dishes or recipe? Thank you.
So, sir, first of all, thanks for giving me the chance to give my thoughts on this topic. According to me, the most the recipe which I like most is actually mango shake only, and because of its taste, and because one more thing is we don't have to put some oil in it. That's why I like it most. And yeah, one of the recipe which I think most of you like is the pickle we made with mango. This is also one recipe. Since you know that mango has various type of vitamins also, like vitamin C. So I think these recipes are very much healthy also. And thank you.
Yes, Manzoor. Your topic is whom admire you a lot. Whom admires you a lot. No, nothing.
Hello everybody. My children admire me the most, and there is a reason. Because I am very partial to both of them. My wife is a strict taskmaster. You got to do this, you got to do this. Normally in the houses, the father takes that role. The mothers are a little more soft. But my wife is the reverse. She says, why haven't you finished this in time? Why haven't you finished eating this? Why is that left out? Your bedroom is a mess. Now, I have to be with them because my bedroom, which is my wife's bedroom also, is equally in a mess, and she is always clearing and moving all the clutter away. He says, how many times do I tell you that you got to keep things neat? And it's because of you that the children are learning. So, there is no excuse. Now, this is as far as this is concerned. Now, when it comes to food also, I like most food. And my wife says, no, you should have this, you shouldn't do that. You should eat with your height, all your fingers, little bit. So I said, no, this business is not going to do. I'm going to eat the way I eat, and so do my children say the same. So with this I tell, thank you.
Yes, Vignesh. So your topic is share some personal experiences with mango. Personal experiences with mango.
Once again, good morning to all the Toastmasters being here. Even my childhood, mom, parents offering bought a mango and some slices and give me the soup. And latterly became mango juice. They give. Now it's comparing a mango juice with the compared to all other things, orange, mango is the highly largest production in India. So mango is the
Toastmaster Rajan. So your topic is, who is the most important person in your life? Who is the most important person in your life?
The most important, thank you. Thanks, Madam. The most important in my life is first my mom, next my sister, third one my wife. When I was born, my mom, I think up to 12th standard, my mom was very he would not be able to he would not be able to pay the fees for me also. The same. After that, once my sister, whenever I am studying 12th standard and diploma and engineering, my sister only pay that for fees, everything. now they, my mom, my sister fought with me because of my wife. So really, now for all support for this meeting also, and my whatever my now I reached some position in my company. So because of my wife, he's encouraged me. I have completed my PMP examination. In India, with 4,000 people only is completed PMP exam. I have also certification PMP project manager. It encouraged my wife only. This Toastmaster also, she only sent me. She only encouraged me. Daily basis, she encouraged me in front of me. You can speak like that. She encouraged me. So three, I think I can tell more things. My wife, my sister, but I will not tell here. I will not plainly tell here. But I can tell my wife. Currently, she is with me, so I can tell. Thanks.
Toastmaster Abhinay. So now this mango are not tasty. The topic is mangoes are not tasty.
Mangoes is sometimes confusing and very difficult to pick, especially the people who really stay away from home and stay in PGs. Picking the vegetables is something very challenging thing. For us, what we all know is just to judge the fruit by looking around. Only that. And again, as morning someone told about the varieties of mango, which we learn only from seeing the picture of Instamart and Zepto. So we believe if it is carbide free, it is carbide free. And we just tell whatever the name it is there, we just see it and get that. When we order by this flashy image in Zepto and also the looks that supermarket gives with proper lighting, I just pick some mangoes and come back to the home and I just cut and eat it. It's very awful sometimes and it becomes very bad. As our PM Modi told, we are not checked to make mango mastani. We just directly bring the mangoes to our home and put it in mixie and try to make mango mastani, which will become more awful because of the tastes of mango, which is not there. I cannot even pick each and every mango cut and taste it before putting in dish. That is not possible. So even one untasty mangoes can spoil the entire taste of recipe. The most worst part is my niece, 2 years old. I told him that a 90s favorite chocolate is sugar mango. And when I made it that and given to him, he had just hated me and he really runs away even if I want to feed something with my mother cooked. I will even promise him, see, please don't run away from me. I will not cook you anything, small cook. But after that, he never comes to eat anything. So fellow Toastmasters, mango can be very tasty, but you should be very smart enough to pick up, or else it is always untasty. So be beware of it. Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Nisha. You talk this apple a day keeps doctor away. Apple a day keeps doctor away.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Apple a day keeps doctor away. I can take this proverb in another way. Whatever the activity you do it consistently. Because whatever the activity you are picking, whatever the to-dos you are doing, you have to make it a habit tracker, right? By taking it as a habit, you will get the goal as it is like that. Whatever and whenever the situation may be, you have to complete that task and you have to prove that you are good on that. And then for a longer period of time, you can see some result on it. For doing it a 1 month, or for doing it a 2 month, based on your interest and your qualification, this might vary. Then you can take any activity based on your interest. That activity should impact on your goal. I can see it in there. Over to you,
Toastmaster Deepa. Your topic is speak about a situation when you felt like a king or a leader. Speak about a situation when you felt like a king or a leader.
Okay. Thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving me this topic. So, speak like a. So I need to explain a situation where I felt like a king or a leader. Definitely, I have many situations like this because my role is quality engineer and I am heading people of around 15 to 20 inspectors behind me. So initially, so being a girl, I have studied engineer. So I'm an engineer. So first, once I entered into that shop floor, and when I started managing them, they usually think of me like that. Even this small girl is shouting at me, and she's giving us work. Why should we do that? They don't care at all. So firstly, it is demotivating for me. But later on, I learned how to allocate the work to each people. And one fine day, I've noticed each people. I've observed their activity and how to analyze them and given a task based on their capability. So they believed in me and they had confidence in me and started doing the work I gave to them. So that's the thing I would say. Thank you.
Toastmaster Paramaguru. Your topic is speak about your famous favorite king or lady. Speak about your favorite king or lady.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good morning again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My all-time favorite leader is none other than Wali. Quite interesting. So why I should like him a lot? Because a couple of years ago, I was randomly doom scrolling the YouTube videos. So suddenly I got a video from Wali. He says that how he written. So one person is interviewer asking a question to him. So how he was surviving till the day with the younger lyricist. So he told one thing. So I am a very optimistic person. So I always think whenever someone is putting on his any bad negative thoughts on him, he always used to think very positive thoughts. Other than that, if we want to survive in this world across all the peoples, we have to be in advance. So whenever the advanced technology or any other like whatever the name, mainly if you want to say that latest trends, we have to follow the latest trend. That's what he used to in his all his songs. If you just listen, go and listen any songs, whatever the song you are listening, you would be always in this lyrics, always in the trend. So that's how he got survived, and he told the same thing to all the person. Whenever you want to survive, you have to be in the latest trends. That's what I liked him a lot. That's why I'm just following him as a leader and role model. Thank you for this opportunity.
Toastmaster Pattabhiram. Your topic is banana a day keeps psychiatrist away. Banana a day keeps psychiatrist away.
Keep psychiatrists.
Keep psychiatrist away.
Table topics master, fellow members, and honored guest. The previous topic was an apple a day to keep the doctor away.
Yes.
But what about the nurses? So we cannot keep. On the other hand, if we have a banana a day, keep the psychiatrist away. A psychiatrist is also one of the doctor's fraternity.
We have in Tamil saying, Mukkani. How many of you know the Mukkani? Mapala Vare. Amongst the three, she has chosen mango to be, because mango is the king of fruits. And how many of you know that if you eat mango is a seasonal fruit, leave the artificial one. If you happen to eat during that phase, for the next 9 months or so, you will never be attacked with your lungs related diseases, illnesses. Similarly, banana is one. Banana is a very simple fruit, a poor man's fruit. And if you take banana, particularly we have a brand called Puumar. If you take 2 bananas with milk at night, next day you will have a very free the bowels movement. And banana not only makes your bowels free, it also contributes to your immune expansion scope. If you take banana regularly, you can avoid diseases. So when you can avoid a variety of diseases, what about the psychiatry? Psychiatry is more about the mind. When you have a strong physical body, automatically mind also goes away. They say what the mind believes and conceives, the body achieves. Biology follows belief. Back to you.
Preeti, Toastmaster, Preeti. The topic is how does king creates legacy? How does king creates legacy?
Why should this be a king? Why not a queen?
Okay.
Good morning, ladies and
The topic
gentlemen.
is innovative.
I'll make it like a queen.
Yeah.
The person whom I admire is Gargapriya Chakravarti, the managing director of Ford. She once had an interview with an interviewer in which she talks about be a queen of your own life. And she is an example of that. She lives in that way. Starting from a director of HR of Ford, and now she is a managing director for Ford India. There are 3 things which I admire from her the most. Number 1, the humbleness. In many of the companies, corporate companies, if you see, you don't even know who the managing director is. But this person, she talks to each one-on-one. And recently I hosted one tech event at Ford, happened at Ford, and we had networking session on the rooftop with a team. And it is not necessary for her to join us, because there are technical leaders who can take care of networking. But this person, she came to the rooftop and meet everyone individually and talk to each person what their needs are, what they are expecting from Ford. I think Ford is one of the most trusted company, I would say, and she is one of the reasons behind that. The transparency. So whenever you want to approach them, you can go directly. That humbleness is one thing. We have 8,000 plus members in Ford. So she is the one leading it, and the leadership qualities with her, that is kind of a servant leadership which I admire. The second thing. And the third thing is how she manages the thing. Even the timing and all the meetings, in the midst of all the meetings, she attends each and everything and she gives importance to each particular thing, and that is the most important quality, because we should not miss one thing. For her, it may be a little thing, but for us, it makes many impact in us. The managing director visiting us and talking to us is like a most important, it can change, it can make a great impact, and she does this. And these 3 qualities, I can say like, she is a queen of her life, and we also should follow her face and be the queen of our own life.
Thanks. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Let's go with the PG trend today. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. A banana a day keeps the psychiatrist away. A mango a day keeps the summer blues away. The only thing for which I like the summer is because of the darkness. And as Spencer said, it prevents you from lung diseases. Also, if you eat 1 mango a day, it has all the 100% requirement of particular day of vitamin C and A. Now let us move to the general evaluation session, the most important session of Toastmasters community. For that I will request Toastmaster Marina to take over.
introductions of all the evaluators. There are two aspiring entrepreneurs. For helping them, there's a bank manager. For helping the entrepreneur, you have a project manager. And for a project manager, you have a process improvement. Logically, it fits everywhere. But let me call the first person. Toastmaster Paramugu. He is from HDFC bank manager. His hobbies are reading fictional books, watching movies and listening songs. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Paramugu.
First of all, congratulations for Toastmaster Nikhil for completing his pathway. Please give him a big round of applause. I'm a hard worker. I'm a dedicated person. I strictly follow to the company policy. This is how I written my resume in my resume. Even I have copied my friend's resume. And I spoke exactly to the HR. And finally she found out I just copied from the internet. So this is what my first experience in the writing in resume. So even I always used to confused in the traffic signals. So red, we have to stop. Green, we have to go. What about the yellow? Any idea?
Ready to go.
Ready to go. But I always confused whenever the yellow signal comes, all the vehicles are started to 100 km speed. I always confused with that. So kudos to Nikhil for explaining all the relatable the words. And everyone has a love story and the breakup story, right? So in my diploma, I was very introvert. I don't know how to speak with girls. Sorry, my heartbeat used to pump and into the 150 or 200 blood pressure. So while I was in diploma, I used to see one girl at the bus stop. Then I went back to the home. Second day, I see the same girl and I went back to home. So this is what happening on daily basis. So one day my friend used to tell that Santanam Bella, hey, me and we summa vedikadam paadikku. So kudos to Nikhil for how the good speech should be. So if you want to present a speech, you are first of all forget about the body language. The first vocal variety, and the second thing is how you are controlling your volumes. So every speech should contain up and downs. That's what Nikhil has done a very good job. So kudos again to the Nikhil. So he has balanced his vocal variety and eye contact and gestures. And finally he said, if we want to tell our personal stories, we have to narrate and compare with and relatable to our everyone knows about the topics. So that's how we did with our Toastmastering, like presentation or evaluation or tabletop. We related all the materials and works in that. Kudos again to Nikhil. What I found is that nothing. So thank you, and get back to the general evaluation.
Everyone has fears. Even I do have fear. I will not deny that. At the same time, the best part of Toastmaster, according to this person, is facing fears. And she's also one of the aspiring entrepreneurs. She's working for DPI Composite as quality engineer, and her hobbies are reading books and sketch portraits. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Deepa.
So my target speaker is Toastmaster Akhilesh, and his speech title is Where There is a Will, There is a Way. And he started his speech with the main topic is, main content is determination and will. So he portrayed the successful stories of various entrepreneurs. So one among them was Tata, and how he faced all those obstacles during his period, and he built that hotel, Taj Hotel, which is in Mumbai, with his will and determination. Later he came upon about Anand Bar. So he's the author of Amachandra Kara books, and so how he struggled after 5 years, he gained profit from his business, and later he portrayed about Chian Vikram. So the various how that actor Chian Vikram aim was to become an actor, best actor, but he was being mocked by others, and due to his handicap situation because of that major incident, and how he proved himself to be one of the iconic actors. And at last he ended his speech with the quote, "Hard work is not only enough, will and determination is all that matters." And coming to the positive note of his speech would be clarity. So his speech was clear and easily understood, and his speech effectively met the general purpose of the speech. And speech was well organized and delivered, and he was bold and confident while delivering his speech. Coming to the improvement points, so first one would be physical gestures. So it needs to be improved. It will further enhance the speech while improving the physical gestures. And eye contact. So while speaking is facing upward here or downward. So either if you face all the audience, it would be more engaging, and your speech will also go to next level. And coming to the vocal variety, he uses the tone and volume of his speech well, but the speed of his speech was more like pretty high. So you can pause and you can start the next sentence. So it will be good. And adding more phrases, songs, or dialogues in your speech will be engaging with the audience. And yeah, working on these improvement points, your speech will be going to the next one. Thank you.
Thank you. Next person we're going to call is her best part of Toastmaster is to improvise on public speaking. She is a passionate individual. She is also an aspiring entrepreneur. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Nisha.
Yeah, this song reminds me when Toastmaster Saravanan took his speech. Like, the way he started his speech was narrating an incident. Whatever that he conveys to us conveys the emotional message. Whatever he says, portraying that incident into our image. That way he handled the pathway, the level of the project, introduction to vocabulary and body language. The way he changed his vocabulary to the situation has adapted us to see that clarity in his image. And then, based on this, his speech, I can vote for his clarity like 3. He has perfect clarity in his throughout the speech. Whatever the things he had narrated was so clarified to us. And then the vocal variety, it changed absolutely for what the situation has. And the eye contact is so great for all of us. And the gestures. In his previous speech, he has some slow gestures, but in this speech, he has improved his gestures according to the sentences, according to the content, according to the speech he has given, and the audience awareness. He has also made that audience to feel that moment, and then the comfort level. It was too good, and then the interest to write this content on his speech was so great. Thanks for taking this content as a speech to deliver it. And the purposeful movement. This purposeful movement, I can think, as he said the topic as good riddance, he had made justified for that content. This incident has fully narrated the good riddance meaning. As I mentioned in my intro, the good riddance meaning, I was curious to know about the good riddance meaning. He has purposefully did that content meaning. Coming to the improvement part, I can say you can just quote some example of how she improved, as you said, she is a motivation and she is the positive mindset you have set in your life. You can portray your example also by narrating the incident. But By this, you can balancing it from your side and your partner's side. Finally, the whole speech was so great to me, and it insisted a positive mindset in his wife. Thank you. Over to you,
The next evaluator, working for as a project manager in Capgemini, 50 years in IT industry, and since Toastmasters, she's been there since 2015. And the best part for her is that has transferred her into a good confidence speaker. Please put your hands together for Toastmasters Kavita.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you. And my target speaker, Toastmaster Ava. As a public speaker, when you present a speech on stage, what do you think is really very, very important? Weaving a story on the stage. You have to create a story on the stage so that people can visualize what you're trying to say. And you have to have one call for action. You have to bring that change in the audience life. If you talk as a speaker, if you talk for the audience, then you are a great speaker. Toastmaster Abba, no doubt she's a great speaker. Let me talk about a few things. Since this project's objective is about body language and vocal variety, so I will focus only on that. Even though I am tempted to talk about the content of her speech, which was very inspiring, I will still hold with the vocal variety and body language. The way she presented herself on stage was very confident. I could see that confidence booming out of her on stage, which is the biggest positive as a speaker, and she has that. And her voice was loud enough. The most important factor for a speaker is the voice, the throw of your voice that has to reach the last person sitting there. So I could see that confident throw. So I see that you have a great scope for vocal variety in your own voice. So we have different pitches, we have different volumes inside us. It depends upon the voice box inside us, but I see that you have a good scope for that. And your body language was very free. It was not constrained as well as not too exaggerated. I see that it was quite normal and it was quite natural. It comes just naturally. Some people, when you talk not on stage, as a person also, you see that they have a natural flow of body language. I could see that in her. So with a speech like this, with a powerful content like this and a powerful speech on stage, performance like this, it is very difficult for the evaluator to come up with some improvement actions. But as an evaluator, it is really important. Any speech can go to the next level with proper mentoring and evaluation. So with that, taking that into context, I think body language and vocal variety can go to different, a mediocre speech can go to great heights with a beautiful body language and vocal variety. The same with great speech written beautifully but with a flat body language and vocal variety. So if you could have made it like this, oh my God, what have I done? Wait a minute. It creates a big difference than saying, oh my God, wait a minute. As you walk, when you talk, it creates a different perception to the audience. I think this is one small observation from me, but otherwise I think you are a great writer, you are a great speaker, this is a very important project for you and you have made the best use of your project. Over to you, please.
The final evaluator for today, she is working as a reading process improvement for a medical device startup. She loves traveling and meeting new people. The best part, according to Toastmasters, according to her, is connecting with like-minded people. Please put your hands together for Mr. Abhinay.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters guests. I was trying to daydream about Mango Fest, but my mind wandered around rivers, trees, and many things which my target speaker has spoken about. Toastmaster Vidya Sekhar, you have completely hooked up the audience with your story about dreams and you made it very lively in your way of expression. Kudos to you and congratulations for completing your icebreaker speech.
So as an expert speaker, you excel in your humor, content, structure of speech, even in challenging parts like comparison and conflicting speeches. To be more specific, I will elaborate 3 parts in your speech. First part, you did a comparison very beautifully of 2 generations, telling that I used to carry a handbag, big, and you could show your face that expression of the pain of carrying a bag. And now the generation is not carrying so much baggage. So that comparison was beautifully made without hurting or just pinpointing the generation. That is very, very good and I really appreciate it. And second part, when you are telling about your rejection, taking rejection more positively and humorously is the best thing that can motivate and inspire anyone. So you told me, even one I'm not rejected. That is a very wonderful part in your speech where you portrayed your rejection more beautifully. And third, you're able to interact with your audience. When you're closing the speech, you would have closed the speech and went away. But still, you asked and waited, paused for a minute with the replay. That shows your time management. Even though with the interaction from audience, expecting an interaction from audience. It's not just for a sake, you're not asked or you and just left. You had a proper time management where you passed and waited and just planned some time to get some response from audience. That showed a very, very good thing. But one thing which I wanted to improve is, so I don't know whether you're sad, when you're telling the part of dreams of losing in IT industry decision, I could see your tone, pace of the structure, the speech structure is very fine, but still volume is very less. You could make it the volume as a standard for the entire speech, that would have a very good impact. And one thing to challenge yourself is not to use a closed hand gestures. For example, I've seen you mention 3, 1, and even this hand, those wonderful hand gestures, and you have very good control. But when you use a closed hand gestures, it tells that you're passing something or thinking something that is making you less fit. So if you can work on it, it would have a very good impact. Over to you.
We have done with the evaluation, then we are looking forward to have for the other tag groups. So please put your hands together for Mr. Rajan, Toastmaster Rajan for the tag group.
It's one good part in that all everyone qualified nomination. Vidyasagar, 5 minutes for Akhilesh, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Saravanan, 6 minutes, 20 seconds. Mikhail, 6 minutes, 23 seconds. Abhajani, 6 minutes, 34 seconds. Table topic. Toastmaster Kavita, 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Guest Yadav, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Mansoor, 1 minute, 28 seconds. Vignesh, 1 minute, 2 seconds. Rajan, 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Abhinaya, 2 minutes, 4 seconds. Nisha, 1 minute, 40 seconds. Deepa, 1 minute, 60 seconds. Evaluator, the Baramuru, 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Deepa, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Nisha, 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Kavita, 3 minutes, 1 second. Abhinaya, 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Preeti, 2 minutes, 50 seconds.
Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Ponnadigi for giving her observation about the art movement.
Good afternoon to all of you, Toastmasters. So here is the outcome of the report. First, we have the prepared speech speech evaluation. First one is Akhilesh, he used and twice, and twice, or once, so twice. Then we have Saravanan, it was good only twice he used. Then Nikhil, there were no fillers. Then Abhajanani, no fillers. Then table topic session. So MK Yadav. He used light twice. Then we have Mansur, no fillers, and Vignesh. I couldn't note anything. Mr. Rajan, he used R and PM Abhinaya, no fillers. Then Nisha, I used R once. TF Deepa, she used so thrice. That's it. Then about the speech evaluators. First one, Abhinaya, no fillers. Deepa used and thrice, so 4 times. Nisha used R 4 times. Then we have Paramakuru, used so 3 times. And Kavita, Preeti, no fillers. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. And finally, please put your hands up for Postmaster Kirtan for giving his observations about being a grammarian.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. So, for the 4th and unique phrases, Akhilesh used skeptical and determination, not only hard work. Saravanan used support from APJ, accepting past without regrets, and grammatical error she can able to. Nikhil used glorious, accustomed, apt time. Abhajanani used scout. Mansur used cracker. Abhinay used awful. Paramaguru used the latest tense. Abhinay used for table topics, ponder around, pinpointing. Nisha used insisted. Deepa used define purpose, portrait. And Kavita used next level, great heights. Preeti used humbleness, and word of the day was used lately for the topics, and theme of the day was not used much.
Thank you so much for everyone. Now let me give you my observations for the whole meeting. During last week when Mr. Anand called me up, said, Mani, would you like to be a general evaluator? I said, I'll go for it. Initially I said, I'll go for it. And then I thought about it. When I went and had a deep thought, I said, general evaluator has a broader scope as much as anyone else in the Toastmaster. It has more responsibilities, and everyone has their role of responsibility according to them. I said, okay, let's go for it. I was still skeptical because I was to go for Coimbatore. I just came in last night. I told him that you still have an optional person along with you. I don't know, in case if I don't come on a Sunday, you can go for another person. So when I went back, I said, why should we give an opportunity to someone else? Yes, they will definitely get an opportunity. Whatever opportunity we get at that point of time, let's go for it. So I ensured that I completed all my work in Coimbatore and I came last night so that I can be prepared for a general evaluator. My overall observation about the whole meeting is not so easy to fill up a training room or a classroom. It's very difficult. For many people, it may sound to be so easy, but then filling each and every individual for every role has its task. And I feel that Toastmaster Anand should be given that necessary recognition, and please put your hands up for this. I feel that he should be filling up 2 weeks schedule at a time. Not only this week, also the next week also. So definitely he is definitely doing a great job. And at the same time, today, the Toastmaster Paramguru, he opened the session very well with the necessary thing which need to be told as per the Toastmaster norms. Besides that, even the presiding officer, he also opened up session with the theme of the day, making way for the king, and also the word of the day also. In related to that, he is able to give an introduction session also. In addition to that, Toastmaster for the day, Preeti, I think she did a wonderful job. Why I am saying that, other than the presiding officer, other than Toastmaster Anand, yes, everyone does an important role. Much of the responsibility also plays on the shoulder of a Toastmaster for the day. The way the person takes during the day everyone, the way the person interacts with everyone. I think she did a wonderful job. That's what I like to do. I don't have much critical thing to be added because I don't feel that we shouldn't be critical just for the sake of being critical about anything. You can still not be critical and still have praises for everything. At the same time, it should not be always praises also all the time. My certain observations about for me also. During last week, the timer roll part, I missed out one thing which perhaps many people would not have observed. As I was just mentioning, every speech has its own limit, duration of the limit, the starting and the last. A person gets the vote only if he covers within that starting and end time, within the green and red. Before green or after red, he is disqualified actually. So that's something which I missed out during last time. Possibly we can look into this and highlight this for the guests also, so that they are also aware about that. That speech is something which is not indefinite. That's a definite period to be done. That's one which I had an observation. Another aspect which I observed, which I think I share a telepathy with Toastmaster Nikhil, I feel so, very strongly. Last week when I was just going through the video, I said, is there any way for amplifying speeches? Because every person is putting all their effort for improvising every week, every day, I'm sure about it. In a day, for just to have a 5-minute speech over here, there could be countless practices happening during the week. I'm sure nobody will deny that. And everyone wants to be heard. And I was just going through the video, I found that we may not have the same decibel in place. Some may be having a lower tone, some may be having a higher tone. How do we make it at one level where every man can be heard? Is there any way where we can amplify about it? I was about to speak with Toastmaster Nikhil today. And apparently, he made some arrangement about having a speaker here, which I like the most. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikhil. Please be happy for one observation which I had during last week about is, we had a wonderful presentation by DTM Kavira. One thing which I felt is that there was a screen here and the seating arrangements could have been kept at a comfortable range where the speaker would have been able to move freely. At the same time, the speaking level and the screen could have been a bit shorter. So perhaps what we can do possibly, if it is a possibility, we can look into it. Whenever there is a presentation happening of such nature, we can have the seating arrangements at a comfortable range, so that it becomes more space for all the speakers to move around very freely. Which is I just want to check a possibility if it is done. I want to thank Arul. Now is Arul?
Yeah.
Yes. Arul for giving the timely snacks and biscuits, tea and biscuits. I think he never misses that, which is my observation. And finally, everyone had their own best part of Toastmasters. According to me, yes, besides speaking positively, optimistically, being critical about anyone and everyone, all said and done, one of the best part of Toastmasters is generously clapping. The generous claps which we get here, which translate everywhere. You go to any hall, an artist, a performer, a public speaker, anyone for that matter, needs only claps. He may or may not get an award over there. He may be on the running race for everything. He may be in a competition, no doubt. But for him, one of the most motivating factor is the generous claps, which we can find in Toastmasters. And please continue to do so. Thank you so much. Over to Toastmasters. Thank you.
It was honored to join me.
Yes.
of our members has posted the photo and tagged Madras Toastmaster, and the post which got highest likes will get this prize. And the winner is Toastmaster Misha with 184 likes. So this we came to an end of this meeting, and there is one event which I want to tell about. There is a mango festival happening at Chennai in one of the farms. You can Google it and you can have the details. They used to have all the varieties of mangoes, and if you are a mango lover, you can go and taste it from there. Have a mango-licious summer.
Thank you. So thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for celebrating the Mango Festival in Madras Toastmasters Club. It was fantastic. So everybody has given a lot of insights about mango. That was right, lot many things. I always enjoy the whole mango. See, there are a couple of people, they take juice. Of course, once in a blue moon, you can have a juice. But one of the drawbacks in this mango juice is that long term it causes fatty liver. Not only mango juice, any fruit juice, except amla juice and lemon juice, you can consume as a juice. But all this fruit contains some sugar called as a sucrose that causes a fatty liver. Even don't give to the mom or any elderly people, children. Let us cultivate the habit of taking the wholesome food. Because if you take the fruit, you can get the fiber, right, which relieves the constipation. Not only constipation, it boosts up the glucose level very slowly. It will not spike the insulin level also. Right? Let us enjoy today. Let us celebrate the Mother's Day with having mango at home, not with mango juice. Yes, result is ready. And coming to the free speech marathon, see we have 9 speakers already enrolled. Toastmaster Prabhat, first speaker. Second speaker, Toastmaster Nisha. Third, Toastmaster Anirudh. Toastmaster Manikandan. Toastmaster Madhupriya. Toastmaster Karthik. Toastmaster Muthu. Toastmaster Sriram. DTM Fatser. So 9 speakers. Evaluators, Toastmaster Gayatri. Toastmaster Abhi. Toastmaster Paramaguru. Toastmaster Raki. So still we need only 4 evaluators are so far available. Anyone? Vidyasagar? Saravanan?
Not available.
Not available. Now you are giving speech. Abba, you are not available. Nisha?
I'm giving speech.
Oh, yeah. Deepa.
Sir, I would like to give speech.
There are already 9 speakers. We are running short of evaluators are not available. So already it's a full. So please do the evaluation.
I will confirm.
Okay. Confirm. So and one more thing is that on Saturday we are going to do the outdoor meeting at Woodlands Park. So I almost ex-com team everybody is coming. Semoli Punga. Yes, Semoli Punga. So I think, yes, fantastic. 1. Akhilesh is coming. Yes, you are coming. Deepa, Nisha, 4. Then, yes, Onnalage. Yes, Manikandan. Kirtan. Yes, sir. Fantastic. That's a great. Yes. Let us come to the fag end of the session. I request our Toastmaster of the Day, please come forward to felicitate the winners. Let me call the first best speaker. Let us put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Abhajani. The best table topic goes to Toastmaster Abhinaya. The best evaluator goes to Kavita, Toastmaster Kavita. Yes, the best role player goes to our Toastmaster of the day. The best tag role player goes to Toastmaster Punalagu. Also, the first time role player goes to Punalagu. Yes, first timer goes to Toastmaster Rajan, timer. Next, the first time role player goes to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Manikanta. Thank you.
Meeting.
Meeting. Yes.
4.8. 4.8.
4.8. Wow, that's great. So last month also 4.8, this week also, last week also, this week also, we're maintaining. That's great. Good. And hereby adjourning the 667th meeting of the Madras Toastmasters Club. I request everyone, please come forward to take the group food.